And okay, so there's the disclaimer to let you know, hey Diamond, this meeting is being recorded. So welcome to our Metaphysics 101 class, Empowering Tactics to Create the Life You Desire. I started to call the class, Bam, I'm Powerful, because that's what this is about. This is all about, we're using, cute, sweet words to say empowering tactics to create the life you desire. The bottom line is, I'm a bad mofo. I am powerful, I am empowered, I am nobody's victim, I am at the mercy of no one and no thing because of my power. I run this joint. So we're gonna look and see if that's just plain old simple arrogance or if it's fact. Is it real or is it Memorex? And what we're going to do, we're going to start at some pretty basic introductions to some things. So some of this may be brand new to some of you. Some of it may be, quite boring because you're already past this stage. But I just want to give you all a little glimpse about me, why I'm doing this, and then if a couple of you could share with me some of the expected or hopeful outcomes that you'd like to experience from participating, taking an hour of your day to do something like this. I think I have a beeper on, a timer. Let me turn it on. All right. So a little bit about me. I am Patsy Jean Cannon, also known as PJ, also known as Ifa Pamela Wren, Oshun Yoyen Falake. And some of the principles I want to introduce to you guys, I realize I have been following a lot of these principles for nearly 30 years. And it's interesting how I got into uncovering these principles is I have been a commission sales rep practically all my life. And I was in a commission sales job that could be very lucrative, but it was exceptionally challenging. And I discovered, I think my mother-in-law helped me, my first mother-in-law helped me with understanding the concept of as you think, as you speak, you start creating with your words. And some kind of way, by hook or by crook, I can't remember, I ran across this book called The Power of Your Subconscious Mind. Anybody familiar with that book? Joseph Murphy. So I ran into that book and I started understanding that if I started saying things like, I'm gonna have a great day, I'm gonna make some sales, I felt better and I really, my sales performance went way up. So I started following that process. And then fast forward, my mother died. Fast forward, she came to me. That's a whole nother story. And fast forward, I connected with an intuitive. And this intuitive, the real word is psychic, but intuitive sounds a little cleaner and sexier, turned me on to meditation. And I just started listening to more new age kind of stuff. And I got hip to Wayne Dyer and Doreen Virtue and got tuned into A Course in Miracles. A Course in Miracles was really, really life-changing for me. And fast forward, I became a licensed practitioner with A Science of Mind, Ernest Holmes, which also is very impactful in helping you understand how you are the creative force behind your life, how I understand it, the creative principle, how we plant seeds about our subconscious and our conscious mind. And fast forward, my ancestors brought me to Ifa, and now I am a priestess. And what's interesting is 5 years ago, if you had talked to me about any African traditional religion, I would have said, get away from me with all that. woke new thought, woke stuff. You know, I did that in the 60s. I don't need to hear about it. That's how little I knew about Ifa. But I'm grateful my ancestors brought me. So I'm giving you a short version of some processes I went through. And even without the addendums, many of the things I went through, I think if folks started right at the very basic, where I learned about the power of my subconscious mind, the power of my words, the creative principles, when we grasp that, I think we'll start each uncovering opportunities, uncovering our path, because everybody's path is not meant to be the same. So I just want to really bring this forward, and I'm very guilty of posting a lot of stuff on Facebook, which can be cryptic, and it's almost assumptive that people understand what I'm talking about when I say you're the creator, you can take control over your life. And if you don't have the basic understanding, then you may miss what I'm talking about. And if we look at the teachings of Christ, that's what it was all about. So that's why I'm doing this, because it has been impactful for me. It's changed the course of my life. I believe I create a lot of juicy, sweet things in my life, and I have had my share of challenges. I was looking at a letter, and we'll talk about some rituals, some techniques, a letter I wrote in 2013 when I was probably like a size 14. And there was nothing more I wanted than to be in a size 8. And when I read that letter now, it's like, dang, I remember that. And I remember how attached I was to food. I should have brought the letter to kind of read it to you all. And one of the things in that letter, I admitted, and this is where when we become empowering, we can admit things to ourselves. I admitted I felt like I would lose something if I relinquished my strong love of food. What would I lose? I didn't want to let it go. But I wrote that letter saying I feared it and I wanted to release that fear. And now a size 8 is nothing to me. Nothing. But it seemed elusive that I could never get to it. So I have used these principles to create a very, very easy job. When I retired from my job, which selling, which did me exceptionally well, and I wrote my book, and I was ready to go back to work, and I said, I want an easy, easy job that pays well. I created a very easy job that paid very well. I felt like I was stealing something. So I realized that with integrity, I didn't want it to be that easy. So I created a job where I could feel my worth and still be paid, but love it. So I can give you a lot of examples on things that I have absolutely created my life. And since I've become a priest, I've learned how to use so many nature techniques to enhance that. So that's why I'm doing this. I really want to empower folks. I want everybody to know what they can get from this. And I'll tell you my ultimate goal, because there is an ulterior motive here. My ultimate goal is to help people wherever they are and turn them on to a coach who can take them to the next level. Okay, so somebody in here may need a coach to help them with communication with their family. I've got the perfect coach for you. And so many coaches have helped me. Somebody may need a coach and say, you know what, I'm bound up. I can't tell you the last time I had an orgasm. I got a coach for you. Somebody might want a coach in brand marketing. Somebody might want a coach who can help empower them to become millionaires. Or I've got somebody to send you. Everybody here will want, hopefully, I believe all of us, need direction in how to connect with our ancestors. Boy, do I have connections for you there. Talk about some oomph in your life when you do that. So ultimately, I see myself with a platform that will help people, that will be a baseline for a lot of people and help them steer to another direction to just grow, because I think we should invest in ourselves. So real quick, I took a lifetime doing that. Real quick, can one or two people tell me why they're joined and what some expected outcomes you may have from being here?
Hi, my name is Reverend Cynthia.
Hello, Reverend Cynthia.
I'm grateful to be here. I am here because I have the information, but it's not wisdom yet because I'm not actualizing.
Ooh, okay.
What I see you doing is just magical, so I want some.
Ashe.
So it's like every book, everything you spoke, I've read it. But okay, that's theory. It's time to actualize it.
To put it to practical use. Yes. And I'm so glad you said that, because there's so much stuff we know. But the question becomes, are we doing the work?
Yes.
Do we do the work? And so we're going to talk about that and touch base, because I'm proud to say that my friends often tell me the greatest compliment they give me is, P, you do the work.
Yes.
So we're going to talk about that. Yes, every day, all days, I'm doing something to do the work, and I'm learning more and more to give it more, because I've got my sight. I've given up the idea of small thinking, and I want to leave a huge legacy for my family. So I'm prepared to do even more work. So that's a good point. Let me give you some oomph, because Cynthia and I have been on this journey quite a bit together. This new thought, is where we kind of say our foundation. I've heard her minister, and she's powerful. So let's kick it up a notch. Again, some of this will be basic for you, Cynthia, but hopefully it'll give you the oomph to carry on and do more and more. Okay, anybody else?
Thank you.
Yay, all right. Anybody else want to share their expected outcome?
I'll share. I'm very interested in everything you just said. And I feel like I'm stuck at this point in my life, and I don't yet have what I want. So I need some guidance.
All right. Well, hopefully you're at the right place, because I promise you, I will give you some takeaways. Now, the next steps where you want to go, I'll even give you something where you'll have a good understanding of what the next steps are. But I'm here and available, and I mean that's my calling. It comes up in my astrology, numerology, my initiation. There's something in me that's a leadership that wants to take people to the next level. Like, a lot of people have these tools, but they kind of keep it to themselves. I can't do shit without sharing. Y'all see me on Facebook. I put my whole life out there. And that's just the makeup of who I am. There's no right or wrong if you share or you don't share, but that is a part of my calling. So anybody else have a burning outcome, or we got to go on? Anybody have a burning expected outcome they'd like to share?
I don't have a burning expecting outcome, except, well, I do. My burning expecting outcome is to get to know you. And I want to say that I'm here because I've been watching your Abora Boye Iya. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. I see Oshun move through you on Facebook. And that's why I'm here. I want some of that juice. That's
the secret for those who know. Y'all will learn a little bit about that. Okay, so we're going to move right along. I want to share with you what we're going to cover real quickly in this 1 week. I have committed to 3 weeks. If we need to go further, we can go further. And then we'll also look at some other avenues that some of you may want to take in exploring with me or exploring with other coaches. Again, I can guide you, steer you to, oh boy, that's the other thing. I'm proud of you, all of you who have shown up, because that's what they call doing the work. I have sat under so many coaches, so many tutors, so many teachers, so many books, so many videos. It's ongoing because we really have to plant this information in our mind and do the work. So quickly, we're going to do a little quick meditation opening. I'll introduce some of you to chakras, and we'll do a little quick meditation on chakra balancing. And maybe next time we'll even spend more time on that. I'm going to introduce you to some laws, 2 laws. I don't want to keep you too long. If we have time to do both laws, we will, and do experimental exercises. And then I'll give you a homework assignment, because we got to do the work. We got to do the work. We got to do the work. It's all right. It's cool to have all this information intellectually, but bump that shit. Intellect is not going to get us there. What we have to do is practical applications. Then we'll look at some recommended resources and plan for our next gathering. So let's see. All righty. Let's see, I wonder if I could see raise hand. Raise your hand if you know about chakras. Not that I could see, I can't tell. Anyway, I'm not okay. So I was talking about on the, yeah, there you go. Ayodele raised her hand. 2 participants raised their hand, then the other people on the online. Okay, so I'm gonna hide some of the videos so I won't be able to see you all the time, so I can look at what I have here on the screen. So we're gonna talk about chakras. Chakras are your energy centers. We all have them, they're all over our bodies, but there are 7 main ones that we look at and that we generally talk about. I'm sorry? Okay, I don't know if somebody said something, so you might want to mute your phones. I don't know if someone said. I'm gonna keep going. So we're gonna look at, so chakras are your energy centers. They're all over your body, but we generally look at 7 main ones. From our crown chakra, touch your crown. See, when you're in tune and you touch your crown, I've got to see myself and see somebody on this. When I touch my crown, and if you notice, I had to stop and pause and take a deep breath, because I have come to realize how powerful this part of my body is. I am a shrine. And what's true for me is true for you. Your crown and your Ori chose this journey. And it chose it from the very beginning, and it knew you from the beginning, and it knew what you were going to be up against. So it strategically chose this. And it knows the path for your highest good. So you're doing the work to get this in alignment for your highest good. So if you touch your crown, I want you to take a deep breath and just acknowledge the God in you, what you just touched. Oh yes, oh yes. So that's your crown. This is your third eye. Your third eye sees all. That's where your vision comes in. And when we talk about third eye sees beyond the physical. Your throat chakra. This helps you to speak your truth and speak in integrity and in courage. And your heart helps you to give love and receive love. And love is like the highest vibration of all. And your solar plexus, right here, that's your power center. That's your power. And then you've got your sacral right below it. That's where the juiciness is, the sex is, the sensuality. And then you've got your root chakra, which is at the base of your spine. And that's your connection to the earth. That's your connection to your security, to your finances. So we're going to start with our root chakra. I'm going to give you all a description again. And I want you, when I give you a color, we're going to ask you all to kind of get focused. If you could sit up straight and just listen to my voice, I would like you to even close your eyes. Because we're going to just do a really quick meditation, and there are a ton of chakra meditations on YouTube. And the reason you want all of these balanced, I'll share with you real quick why you want these balanced. Because you're in alignment and you're able to create more harmony in your life. Imagine if you're walking around and your sacral balance is out of whack. It's the one that's spinning wildly. So all you're doing is trying to figure out where you're gonna get your next sex thing going. you know, and you're just haphazardly doing it. But then it can also be tight. And you're not able to live expressively because you've closed that thing up so tight. You're missing out on the juiciness of life. So we want all these chakras. The idea is for all of them to be spinning in a good direction and clear. So sit up straight with your back erect, right? Have your chin level parallel to the ground, your feet planted if you're able to, maybe your legs across. But I'd like you right now to just close your eyes and do a really nice inhale. Breathe in deeply like you've never breathed in before, just letting the air fill your lungs. And then slowly exhaling. And on your next intake, I want you to put your hands on your abdomen. And if you're really breathing in deeply, your abdomen will rise, not your chest, but your abdomen. Just pull in as much air as you can, thinking about love and relaxation. And then slowly exhale. And at your pace, just continue to breathe in deeply, feeling your abdomen rise. And if your abdomen is not rising on its own, just kind of breathe until you feel your stomach expand. And you breathe in and gently let out some air. And start feeling your body relax as you do this. Breathe in deeply and exhale. You may even want to take in a deep breath and let out a because there may be some tension that you need to release. So breathing at your own pace, fully relaxed. Feeling your abdomen rise and your head is relaxing and your shoulders are relaxing. Even your arms are relaxing and your hands. And with each inhale, you feel a little more relaxed and at peace and ease. Conscious breathing is a sweet thing because we know without breath we can't survive. So as you breathe in deeply, breathe in gratitude and exhale worries. And on your next inhale, I want you to focus at the spine, the bottom of your spine, the root of your buttocks. I want you to focus on that area, breathing in deeply. And as you focus on that area, see a big red ball of light. It's fiery red. Imagine that red light at your root chakra. Your root chakra is connected to the earth, security, financial security, grounded, home security, job security. See a red ball just spinning, a big red ball of light spinning clockwise at that root chakra. And it's spinning, and it's cleaning out any fears and insecurities around finances and home security and job security. Spinning brightly. And you're still breathing in and breathing out, very relaxed, even as you see that red ball. Now we're coming up to your sacral chakra. That is that area in your pubic region that creative force, that force of sensuality and sexuality, where creation takes place. There can be no creation of humanity without this area. So continue to breathe in and out and imagine a beautiful, beautiful orange ball. And it's cleaning and spinning there. This is your connection to others, your connection to self. It's your feeling of emotions and sensations. This is where the water flows. The juiciness of life happens there. And express gratitude as you see this orange ball moving in a clockwise direction, just cleansing. And it's cleansing out fears and worries and concerns around your sexuality. And it's letting you know how good it is, how healthy it is to enjoy the sensual aspects of this dimension where creation happens. And move up to your solar plexus right at your navel, your power card, your power center. You are a powerful being. You have experienced success in your life. You have seen magic happen from your power, from your determination. And that is what this is, your personal power. Imagine a big, gold, beautiful yellow ball just spinning and clearing and allowing you to feel your power, your own personal power, which is not at the mercy of anyone else, but your power. It's your energy, your effectiveness, your spontaneity. And it is so secure, it doesn't need to dominate anyone else. It's healthy and spinning, clean and clear. Take a deep breath as you feel that ball of beautiful golden yellow light. And move right on up to your heart. That center of love, where you're able to receive love and give love. Breathe into your heart at this moment. Consciously breathe in. And your heart chakra is green, a beautiful emerald, gorgeous green. Just breathe in love, receive it, and give it. Because love is giving and receiving. As we give love, we receive love. Just like a smile. When we give a smile, we get a smile. Giving and receiving are one and the same. So feel and see that big, beautiful emerald ball of light as you breathe in deeply and exhale. Love is delicious. Now move on up to your throat chakra. Where you see a beautiful deep blue. A ball of light. This lets you speak your truth. This lets you speak courageously and fearlessly. There's no fear of judgment about whether I say the right things, because our throat chakra will never fail us when it's clear. So see that big, beautiful ball of deep blue, spinning, indigo blue, just spinning, and clearing and removing fear and allowing you to speak your truth with integrity and with love and with power and juiciness and rooted in the foundations of security. As you move on up to your third eye, which is violet, indigo, violet. It is clearing and cleaning, and not only is your physical vision enhanced, but you can see beyond the physical. Many call it clairvoyance. You can see. You see hope. You see visions of abundance and prosperity. You see visions of love. And you can see through even what is not for your highest good to get it out your way. There's something sweet about clairvoyance, about being able to see clearly. So you thank that violet light. And you move up to your crown chakra, which is right a few inches above the tip of your head, the crown of your head. And this is your connection to the highest good. And that spins in pure awareness, a light, clear, beautiful, sparkling violet light. Clear, with clarity, bringing knowledge, awareness, foresight, connection to all that is good and perfect. Your chakras are spinning sweetly and gently, and they're happy that you've acknowledged each area of your center of your being. You've brought full awareness to them. And now that you know about them, you'll always tap into them. When you feel insecure, financially unstable, you'll know it's your root chakra that needs some balancing. When you either are overwhelmed by sex or underwhelmed by sex and need more juiciness in your life, you know about that sacral chakra. So you talk to her and bring an orange light there. And you know about your power in your solar plexus and your beautiful heart chakra, which is open to give and receive love, and your throat chakra, which speaks with integrity, clearly, courageously, and fearlessly, even through your third eye, which sees clearly, and your crown, which is connected to all that is good. You're more aware, more focused, and clear. So breathe in and out and feel the grounding from your root chakra. And come back clearly, more fully aware. Come back, fully aware. Opening your eyes and even with a smile on your face, because you know you're even more connected than you have been in a while, and you're grateful. Ashe! So that was our first experiment. I don't know how many of you do practice meditation, but that was like a guided meditation, focusing on your chakras. So I invite all of you to take a deeper look at chakras, do some Google searches on YouTube, do some Google searches in understanding chakras. Look for some chakra meditations, play with them until you find one that's good for you. And you can even find some self-meditations. But acknowledge those power centers in you. Anybody have any questions or comments? How was that?
It was great.
Lovely, thank you.
It was great.
Okay. A little cleansing. So now
I needed that.
You needed that. Ashe. Yeah. Your body is grateful. It's almost like a yoga. You know, if you haven't done, you do yoga, your body says, wow, thank you. Thank you. So your chakras have said, thank you for acknowledging me. Thank you for bringing some light to me. So remember those colors and do a little research. And that again, this is opening your awareness, explore it further, and see what level it takes you to, and bring balance. And if you have an area, when you were going through this, you may have, I don't know, you know, again, it was pretty quick and I don't know how deep we went, but there may have been an area that you found resistance. Like I may have talked about an area and you were like, oh, I can't get into that one. That's the area you may want to focus on. So say, you know, it came when we talked about your throat chakra, you might have felt a challenge, like, oh, I don't know about speaking courageously, you know. I'm shy, I can't talk, you know, open up, I'm not comfortable with it. Then you may want to look for meditations on that specific area, because that may be an area that's out of balance. And again, I'll ask you guys for some feedback, and if we find that we need to spend more time on certain aspects of these things I introduce you to, we can do this. Now, all of you are here, will get a copy of my ebook I wrote, oh gosh, I don't know, maybe 5 years ago, Universal Laws. I bring in 7 universal laws that I think there are a ton of universal laws, but the laws that I present to me are some of the most impactful ones to us. And universal laws, what are they? They are ancient, mystical, esoteric, and secret teachings back over 5,000 years. I don't know who counted back that far, but that's what I was told and I believe it. But anyway, universal laws are laws that govern the universe, whether we like them or not. Just like gravity, I pick up this phone, I drop it, it's going to drop. Gravity, whether we believe in it, like it, don't like it or not, is going to do its thing. Universal laws are the same way. Whether we believe in them or not, whether we are aware of them or not, they do their thing. Now, when you know these laws and you work them to your advantage, that's when you become a powerful creator. Because these laws, again, are going on right now. The question is, are you taking advantage of them? Are you working them to your advantage? So I'm going to quickly see if we can go through a few of them, because I don't want to keep you guys more than an hour, because I want you to come back for more. So this is from my book that you'll get about universal laws. And the first one we're going to look at, I bring up the what I look at 7 powerful laws. Energy, oneness, attraction. You probably, many of you by now have heard of law of attraction. But these other laws are just as critical: abundance, reciprocity, cause and effect, and gratitude. So those are the ones that I want to introduce. I'm going to today introduce to you just the first 2, the law of energy and the law of oneness. And the law of energy, everything and everyone around us is made of energy. So I'm gonna let you do your second experimental exercise so you can see if I'm telling the truth or if I made that up. So raise your hand if you know and believe that everything around you is energy. You are energy. Everything is about energy, okay? So everybody got that, all right. All of us have that. Let's see. Here's what I want you to do. We're going to see if we can harness some energy. I'm a Reiki master. I don't know if any of you know about Reiki, but we'll talk about that later. I'm a Reiki master, and I want you to create a ball of energy in your grasp tonight. So here's the first thing I want you to do, just clap your hands. I want you to activate your palm chakras. We didn't clean these, but these are chakras. So activate them, pinch on the inside of your palm. So we're activating. Do some of the exercises I'm doing. Now, I want you to begin going in until you feel a ball of energy. You'll feel some resistance. Is everybody able to feel it? If you're not, I want you to try and activate your palm a little more and focus until you feel that ball. I should have had you do it before you activated that palm. And you can even make that ball of energy get bigger and bigger. And if you've ever done a little Tai Chi, they'll teach you how to move that ball around. So this is energy. And when we do Reiki, we can send that energy as a healing force, because we're pulling in a healing energy, and that's the energy we send to heal with great intention, intentional. So if you didn't do it tonight, I want you to keep doing that and feel until you can feel, and you can even begin feeling people's aura around you. Like you can have somebody stand up and come out until you start feeling where there's resistance, and you can measure their aura, okay? So that's just a quick exercise I want you guys to see in terms of what it is to tap into energy. So understanding this, in the energy, the law of energy helps you to tap into all the other laws and how they work. So it's a continuous vibration that goes on. And our energy is not only created when we do this ball and we can feel it, but it's our thoughts, it's our beliefs, it's our feelings, and it's in our physical body. So we are born into this energy. We are born into this world of energy. And even when we talk about born into sin, it means a collective consciousness of energy. And to me, one of the definitions of that born into sin that I've come to realize and say is, it's just a collective thought that something is wrong with all of us, or something is wrong with something. So that's a collective thought of sin, and that's a collective consciousness. That's a collective consciousness that we all have agreed to. So and we fall into the energy of that agreement. And we want to be conscious of this energy, even this energy of agreement that we fall into, because it's so easy to fall into an agreement of poverty, injustice, victimization, and wrongdoing. What do you think happens when we fall into that complete agreement? What are some of the things that could happen with us?
I think we stay hostage to it.
Absolutely. It becomes a part of our belief, and it's an inherited belief. My mother really believed that money was the root of all evil. My mother really believed, or it was her way to avoid it, because she told us that rich people weren't happy. Can you imagine believing rich people are not happy? But I had enough sense to say, well, let me get some of that money and see. My mother really, and I think that was her way to avoid it, because she didn't believe that money would ever fall to her. So they can't be happy. So you want to think of some beliefs that you were taught as a child that may be energetically embedded in you. And determine what can you do with them. One of the exercises that we may go into, but you can start thinking yourself, is to look at some of your core beliefs and see if they serve you or if they don't serve you. And I can see already we're not going to get through the other laws. So I'm going to go through this so I can make sure that you guys get your homework assigned. So when we look at the law of energy, this is what I want you guys to see. Take a look at how it can impact you positively and negatively, the benefits, and then how we can bring them consciously applied. Okay? So when we look at the law of energy, we always want to, once we learn these, and I look at my book now, there's another way I would have laid this out, but so I'll take you through that way. So when you look at the positive application of the law of energy, in other words, when you use it, when you apply the aspects consciously, you're able to elicit good results and create a better life. You're also able to see through the clutter of belief that you can ask, is that my belief? Or is that a belief I inherited and I'm just accepting as mine? Can anybody, I'd like this a two-way street. Can anybody think of a belief that you may have already waken up to that was an inherited belief? I don't know if it's mine for real.
Yeah.
Okay. Share.
Not being able to listen to music when I was younger. The music was the devil's, you know, the devil. So yeah.
and that's not your belief. That wasn't your belief. Did you always, were you always conscious of that's not your belief, or did you get I don't believe that.
Well, I always felt like that wasn't true for some reason. Like I just didn't feel it to believe it. And now as an adult, like when I listen to music with my son, we listen to all types of music. I feel the energy through it, even from the ratchetness. It's like it's just what it is. So I love music. I love all types of music now.
Yeah, it sounds like it feeds your spirit, feeds your soul. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Good job. Thank you for sharing, Tashi. Anybody else got?
Can I share?
Yeah, who's that? Who's I?
Camille,
come through. Yes, come through.
Okay. My grandmother would never compliment if I look nice or if my mother looked nice, because she said you would get conceited. So that was her belief.
Did you ever believe it? Did you hold on to that belief?
No, because my mother didn't, but it rang in my ears at different times. If I thought I looked nice, I would not go with that, I guess. Yes.
Now let's explore. Let's explore. Do you think when we talk about these beliefs, and I know, let's see, sometimes we can look at these beliefs and say we've disconnected from them, like my mother with her, rich people aren't happy. When I look at the blocks or I look at the limits, like I might think, oh, now I make 6 figures, so I'm rich. Shit, that ain't shit. I still got the block in me, right? Because I can't even think big enough, because my mother's still ringing in my head. Money don't come to us because, they are not really happy. And plus, her real belief was Black folks don't be making that kind of money. So I'm thinking, oh, I made 6 figures, I'm rich. That ain't shit. Y'all know, we know, not when they're millionaires. Why would it stop with me? Why can't I be a millionaire? So, so I say that because sometimes ingrained beliefs impact on us even when we think we may have released them. So that's a good one, because that was my mother. My mother also didn't want anybody to tell me I was cute. Don't tell her that, she'll be conceited. It's like, why wouldn't you want to tell a little girl she's pretty? So good. Thank you for sharing. Another quick one. Anybody else got a quick one they would like to share?
This is Reverend Cynthia. For me, it's in my family. you can have, but you got to work hard.
Gotta work hard. Damn it, why we gotta work hard?
Yes, that's a big one. My dad always had 2 jobs and always worked hard, and also it's never enough.
Never enough. Oh
Never enough. So that's the 2 that I'm still working with.
So lack and working hard.
Yeah.
Man, we gonna start praying. See, in Ifa, we pour that palm oil, and we be talking to Eshu, make it easy. Take me down that easy road. Let that money flow to me in ease and grace.
Yeah.
So we're looking and look at shifting that. So you see how important it is to know what beliefs are yours, what aren't, what has been ingrained in you. And also what is a conscious belief, a race conscious belief.
That's big.
There's a big one hitting our community right now. I don't want to get into a political discussion, but I'll let you guys know that we want to be consciously aware of even the entire, and I'm not talking about black and white race, the race consciousness that can penetrate our thoughts, and we buy into it because the media tells us to, because we hear it over and over and we've accepted it. So that's how it can impact us both negatively and positively when we're aware. Now, Cynthia, again, I want you guys, okay, how y'all doing with time? Do you all want to, are you guys okay with going over?
Keep going.
Okay.
For my vote anyway.
Keep going.
Okay. I'm gonna take y'all till at least 9 o'clock then, so we can get this covered, because we're hitting up on some major things. And I should have thought about an hour and a half anyway. So I want everybody to take a moment and think about a belief that has been given to you that is not yours. And I want you to consciously bring an affirmation to be able to counter that belief. And let me talk to you about affirmations. Affirmations begin with an I am, and they're spoken in the positive. So if the belief was that you have to work hard, I don't want to give Cynthia hers. I'm going to give one.
Go ahead. Come on.
No, you're going to create your own. I'm not cheating. Let's see. Dark women can't get ahead. I tell you, my mother told me when I graduated from college, I wanted to get into journalism and be a newscaster. And I majored in communications, and my mother, bless her heart, looking out for me, told me that wasn't a wise career choice because there was no way that they'd let a dark woman deliver the news on television. And I bought her belief.
Wow.
I had an interview with a news station to get a job, but I bought her belief, and that was the worst interview I ever did in my life. Okay. So if I were to write an affirmation against that, it wouldn't be I'm not afraid of being dark, it's more like I am divinely created in beauty, and the world loves and receives my beauty because I love and receive my beauty. So I want you guys to quickly think of one negative thought that you have been given and write an affirmation to counter it that you can say to help you overcome that challenge. Who's got the radio thing? Somebody needs to put their phone on mute.
Oh, sorry, that's my son. I'm sorry.
Hey, son. And I'm peeping at all these people that we have participating. I'm just seeing a few videos. I welcome all of you. I'm so glad you're here with us. So I'd love to hear from somebody who's not on video who would like to share an affirmation that they've written.
I'll share. This is Robin. I'll come
Hey,
in.
Robin. How you
Hey.
doing? That's my god sister, y'all. Give her a shout out. Woo!
Thank you.
In the house. That's the clear head in the house. That's the teeth in the white cloth in the house.
Thank you. Thank you. And today is my anniversary.
Anniversary. Woo.
Anniversary.
Yeah, I'm sorry, y'all. I had to get a little while on that. Huh?
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. This is my Obatala anniversary. So I have several, but the one that I wanted to share was you better not leave that good government job. I worked on a good government job.
Get a good government job.
Good government job. I worked for the Department of Education for 24 years. And after 10 years, I was like literally at my peak on a job, but because I had those tapes playing in my head about not being able to succeed or go fulfill my dreams or go fulfill my passion and my purpose, which I knew after 10 years on the job, those tapes just kept me there and I felt stuck. But the affirmation that I am now living by is the universe supplies all my needs. All my needs. And I am enough.
I am enough. Oh, okay. And I'm going to tell you why I like that one, because there's a law that's in my book called the law of abundance. Because see, so there's another consciousness that we've been given, that the pie is only so small and they're so big and there's not enough for everybody.
Right.
But when we look at the law of abundance, or looking at the universe supplying all your needs, I mean, can you imagine a grain of sand saying there's not enough space on the planet for me? There's not enough. The fish, look how well the ocean supplies all the needs for all the stuff in the ocean.
Okay.
Huh? What?
Okay.
Abundance, what? Take an apple seed. Think of the ashe. When I say I use the term ashe, I'm talking about the power. Think of the power in an apple seed. You take an apple, you take that seed out, one seed an apple, you plant it, you get a tree. How many more apples you getting on that tree?
That's right.
With seeds. How many seeds in each apple? What? And we're walking around thinking about lack, thinking we can't be taken care of. Huh? Thank you so much for sharing. Happy anniversary, Obatala. So what's our greeting? What's our greeting for Obatala?
Orisa Hepa.
Orisa Hepa. Okay.
Orisa.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Anybody else want to give us a share? Give us a belief that you've been given that you're ready to eliminate. It's implanted in you, or maybe one you have that you've overcome, and you have created a new story around a new affirmation.
Patsy, this is Kim.
This is Kim. Kim who?
Kim Parker.
Oh, hey, KP, that's my girl. Hey, KP, yes.
I had one coming up. It was to fear God. And my affirmation is, I am one with God. I was made in his likeness.
Ashe. You were made in his likeness. Did she say his?
Mm-hmm. Her likeness.
God is all of that, huh? He, she, it.
Just growing up just to fear, but you know,
yes. Love it.
You know how you grew up in church.
Yes. So you've created a new story. You're one with God. Are you blasphemous enough to say you are God?
Yes, I am whole, perfect, strong, and powerful, honey.
What? That's a whole nother story, right? Some of us are ready to embrace that. Some of us may not be, but that's a powerful one. Thank you so much, Kim, for sharing. So looking at our life, the energy, the beliefs that we've been given, we can operate from that, from a high vibration, knowing that our beliefs are creative thought. That's where our words, our thoughts come from. And we can walk around sometimes with a whole good story saying, I'm not scared, and scared of shit. You know? Yeah. So always be true to yourself, explore. That's why journaling is good. That's why it's wonderful sometimes to write letters to yourself, write letters to your fears, so that you can open up the avenues and start creating a new thought. So when you are at a higher vibration, it elicits good results and allows you to consciously create a better life. Your intuition increases. What? That third eye opens up, right? That ear chakra opens up. You start hearing them, getting increased intuition. You become more aware of what you are creating. You're able to assess situations, gain answers to pressing questions, and you're able to ask the right questions and tap into your divine inner guidance, that God in you, which is fueled by energy, the energetic force. And when you're not operating, when you're not aware, when you're at a low vibration, it has a reverse effect. So we always want to be conscious of this very important aspect. This, I call it the first law. Raising your vibration consciously, and pay attention to when you're watching the news. I gave up watching the news probably, I gave up watching news completely 4 years ago, because 4 years ago I started watching that election with Trump and Hillary and realized I didn't want any more parts of that. But I gave up local news probably about 15 years ago. Now I don't watch any of it. Can you figure out why I don't watch it?
It changes your vibration. It lowers.
Yeah, you
Because it's only bad news.
It changes my vibration. It's also, I want you guys, and this is probably another lesson, but the news uses one of the best techniques ever of a hypnotist. You know what a technique of a hypnotist is? The technique? How
repetition?
You got it. Hypnotize the heck out of you by telling you the same thing over and over and over again. So be conscious of that. Do I really need to hear and watch? And when you watch the news, think about it. You know they're telling you the same story over and over again. How often they keep the same reel going over and over and over again? They're freaking hypnotizing you, controlling your mind, and you lose elements of critical thinking. So even if you decide, I'm going to watch the news, be consciously aware of the technique that is being used against you or on you. Because if I tell you I'm about to do a meditation with you and the meditation will use hypnotic techniques, at least you're aware I'm about to go under. She's gonna be telling me, you are relaxed, you are at ease, you feel good, you're relaxed. I'm gonna tell you that over and over and your body will accept it. So if you're watching the news, be aware they're about to repeat something over and over and over, and they are getting inside your mind, but they won't tell you to come back. I'll tell you to come back, but they won't. So you're bringing it with you, and even if you practice hypnosis with me and to say it's like I'm helping you to change your eating habits, you're gonna carry it into your alert life if it's done properly, but at least it's with permission, right? So be aware as you're watching the news, as you're doing these things, that you are being hypnotized. So accept it or reject it. And if you want to reject it, turn the shit off. That's all I got to say about that. So be consciously aware of what is going on around you. Become more consciously aware of your beliefs. And we are going to use that as an exercise in the future, but I want you to start thinking about that. Okay. And the next law, any questions on that aspect of the law of law of energy? Any questions? No? You got it? Okay, well, let's look at the law of oneness. Kim, you already started us on that one. The law of oneness. What are you guys seeing on the screen right now? I don't know what I'm sharing.
It's the slide for law of oneness.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you a new share. Were you guys seeing this at all before my book?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, good. Oh, they are looking at it, working well. Okay, so the law of oneness. Everything and everyone is connected with everything and everyone else. So that's energy and motion too. Now I'm gonna tell you why this one is a hard one to accept. Because what excludes everything and everyone? Anything?
What do you mean?
Just what I said. What's excluded if I say everything and everyone?
Everything and everyone?
Yeah, what's excluded?
Everybody.
Nothing is excluded. If everything and everyone is connected to everything and everyone else, then we're all connected and nobody is excluded.
Okay.
So guess what?
Got it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's hard, right? We're all connected.
Yeah, especially when we've been told it's always the other person.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my
Mm-hmm.
God. Oh my God.
That's such an easy way out. If it's the other person, then it's not me, right?
Mm.
I wrote here, Jesus reminded us, I am in you, you are in me, and I and my Father are one. So who's excluded?
Nobody.
Right. So when we recognize that, that means we see ourselves in others. And we also, this is a great one to tie back into the law of attraction. Because if I'm connected to you and you're connected to me, then I can see myself and others, and I can start seeing what I'm attracting in my life.
Okay.
So if all my relationships with men are horrible, is it really the men that's the problem that I'm attracting?
No.
Or is it something in me that is attracting that? So one of the things about these laws, they help us to take accountability. Remember, one of my favorite coaches, again, I told you guys I have a gazillion coaches. One of my favorite coaches is Kenya Stevens. And one of the tenets of Progressive Love, which she is the founder of Progressive Love Academy. And one of her tenets is no victims, no villains. Everyone is a reflection.
No victims, no villains.
No victims, no villains. So I become completely accountable. I am not a victim. You are not a villain. Somebody might want to mute their phone. Because we are all connected. So if I want to change a situation, and I recognize that everybody I connect with, boy, it seemed to be after me. You know, I just can't, this one always tickles me, and women will say this, I don't trust no women. You know, women will stab you in the back. What are they saying? What am I really saying when I say that?
That they gonna stab you in the back.
I don't trust women. They gonna stab me in the back.
Don't trust us.
I don't trust myself.
Hello, I don't trust myself because I will stab you in the back.
Yeah.
It's a reflection. Now, sometimes we don't see how apparent our stab in the back is. But when we become accountable, we can sit with it. And because I'm not a villain, I'm okay with looking at it. You get my drift? Why it's so important for there not to be victims and villains? Because I recognize I am in everyone. Everyone is in me. There's no victims, no villains. I can clearly look at what may be causing me to attract this, and I can start shifting that within myself.
Mm-hmm.
And suddenly, women are wonderful. Boy, some of the best people I know are women. The women who surround me are generous, are loving, are kind. They increase my juiciness because when they smile, I see a reflection of myself. What you think I'm gonna start attracting in my life?
Like-minded.
Women you said.
Yes, some beautiful, generous, loving, sharing women, right? But if I'm walking around, all men are dogs, every man I ever get with, they'll cheat, lie, steal, they ain't no good. Men are no good. What in me feels no good? What in me feels a liar or a cheater? I'm not a victim, I'm not a villain. I can put my cards on the table and look at it clearly and see myself where I may, where I lie, where I cheat, where I fear. I've cheated myself out of the opportunity to be rich, to be beautiful.
Okay.
I've cheated myself out the opportunity to take risks. So I'm attracting them. I can put my cards on the table because I am not victim. If we begin embracing that no one is wrong and no one is right, it just is. How freeing would that be for us in our creative powers?
Wow.
Make sense? Who's ready to practice that one?
Yeah. I'll try.
You'll try it?
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you an exercise to try it. Anybody else? Can anybody give a testimony or something where they may have experienced, where they may have shifted? Because I'm gonna give you an exercise where you can quickly see this happen. But before I do that, did anybody want to share something that they've experienced?
Well, this kind of reminds me of like shadow work. Like when I see myself thinking of a negative thought of someone, like I was like, hold up, why did I feel like that? And I'll notice that it's about me rather than them.
Right.
So I don't know if that has.
Yeah, that can be impactful.
Is
now,
it like
I'll tell you, because at one time, 7 years ago, 8 years ago, I was all love and light. I've learned to embrace darkness, but obviously, yes, we will create that, and more importantly, we'll attract that if that is our dominant thought. Here's an exercise I'm going to give you, and I'll tell you how it came to me. I told you guys about A Course in Miracles, and I know Reverend Cynthia Sadi did, and so did Iya Ayodele. And I mentioned that was a big impact in my life. And there was an exercise I was doing. I forgot which meditation it was, but I put it to the test. I decided I wanted to see God in everyone, just for a day. So I pretended that everybody I saw, my son was away in college. So I pretended that everybody I saw was my son getting off the airplane after being away a whole semester. So of course, my son getting off the airplane is, oh, you know, a whole lot of love comes. So I'd see the cashier and I just see her with that same eye, that same burst of enthusiasm. And doing those exercises, I saw the sweetest, most generous people that day than I had ever seen in my life. Just everybody was just so welcoming and open and generous because that was the energy I brought. So I invite you to try something similar to get the application. And we're gonna wrap this up because I want to give you guys your homework. This is the juicy, important homework. So Kim, look. Wait, Kim, can you see? Look at you. I am one with God, nature. What I love is always reflected back to me.
Yeah.
So that is an affirmation that you can use with the oneness. And I think, and this is the one you can use with the law of energy. I choose my words carefully because I recognize that all my words carry a vibration. So let's see, where am I? I'm going backwards. Sorry about that, y'all. I want to give you your homework. I want to first, let me talk about this real quick. The water experiment. I don't know how many of you are familiar with this water experiment. Masaru Emoto did this experiment with water molecules. Spoke to water molecules in his book, The Hidden Messages in Water. And he looked at the consciousness, the human consciousness effect on water. The sweet words, more than 1,900 followers did this with focus of gratitude. Look at the sweet words given to water and how beautiful these molecules look. Look what happened to the molecules when he said, "You fool, you make me sick, evil." This was polluted water before it was prayed upon. And this is a polluted water after prayer.
Are you showing a picture, Pax? Because we're still
on. Yes. Oh, yeah. Lord, thank you, Kim. See, they were going to let me do without telling me. Okay. So I gave y'all all of this screen without telling you about it. So this is the water experiment that Masaru Emoto did. These are the loving words spoken to water. Thank you, wisdom, truth, eternal, angel, I love you, peace. But then ugly words, you fool, you make me sick, you're evil. Look at the molecules, the difference. Look at this polluted water before prayer and this polluted water after prayer. Do you see the law of energy at work? Do you see it?
Yeah.
This was
Yes.
done on frozen.
Definitely.
Now this experiment was done with a high-powered microscope. Anybody got a high-powered microscope? Okay, me either. But we are doing the experiment. And we are going to do it with an apple. How many of you know about my apple experiment? Somebody raise their hand. Does somebody have a question? Latasha, do you have a question? Is there a question or just a raised hand? Okay. I don't know what happened to my videos. I can't see anybody, but anyway, okay. Okay, so does anybody know about my apple experiment? Speak up if you do.
I know about it, Robin.
Robin, okay. Anybody else know about it?
Know about it, Kim.
Kim, okay. So
I know about it.
Egufemi, okay. Well, we're all going to do this apple experiment because none of us have a high-powered microscope to test frozen water molecules. So we are going to see if this is real or not. Here's what I want you to do. Get an apple and 2 mason jars, 2 jars with a top. And I want you to cut that apple in half and then cut it in quarters. And one of the half apple in one jar and one in another jar. And you're going to close those jars up. And you're going to take your sticky notes with 2 messages. One half of that apple, you're going to write mean, ugly words on several sticky notes and place it on that jar. I mean, some ugly shit, like die, bitch, die. I hate you. Go to hell. You ugly. You don't even deserve to live. Write it on that apple. You got me? And then on the other apple, turn around, take a walk, come back. Because that other apple, oh, baby, you are so sweet and beautiful. I love you. May you have a long life of peace, joy, happiness, longevity. You are gorgeous and sexy. Oh, you are healthy and loving. Just write those words and feel that vibration and talk sweet to that apple. You got me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And every day, you're going to pass by that jar. And you're going to grab one of those jars and say, you ugly son of a bitch. Why are you even here? You might not use those words, but something similar. You can die and sit here, and I don't care about you. I want you to keep those jars in the same area, though. Far enough apart so that the energy is not too impactful from one to the other. But I don't want you to say, well, one was in the sunlight and one wasn't, or something like that. And the other jar, you're going to pick up, you're going to shift, and you're going to turn around and say, baby, how I love you. You are blessed and highly favored. Oh my God. Oh, I love you so much. Hug that jar and kiss it and speak some sweet words to it. I did the experiment over the course of 11 days. Don't ask me why I chose 11 days, because I can't even remember myself. Okay? But I did the experiment over the course of 11 days, and then I opened the jar. So because I did it over 11 days, I'm going to invite you to do it over 11 days. Or should we do it 7 days? Or should we come back in 7 days, or y'all want to come back in 2 weeks?
7 days.
7 days.
Okay, so we're going to do it over 7 days. Now, here's what I want you to do. I want you to take a picture of the apple before you put it in the jar. When you put it in the jar, the words you put on a jar. And just come back to it every day. Do not take the top off that apple until 7 days. And I want you to open it up and see what you have. Any questions on that?
No.
No?
No.
Y'all ready to see what happens?
Yes.
Patsy,
Yes,
Patsy,
I'm listening.
Yes.
is there a particular type of water we should use? This is Kim
No
Smallwood.
water. We're not using water. You're not putting them in water.
Okay.
We're
Okay.
putting them in a clear mason jar. Make sure both the jars are the same. Everything about the experiment should be equal.
Okay.
Everything about it, even in the area, you know, you have it in your kitchen. At one time, I got so mad at that ugly apple. I told you, so ugly, you need to sit over this part where the garbage is. But then, you know, I brought them together. But, you know, it's like treating it like an ugly stepchild. You don't even like it. Oh, but that other one is so gorgeous and beautiful. It's so sweet. You love it. Make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All righty. Okay. So that is your homework. Everybody clear on their homework assignment? I need somebody to repeat back to me what the homework assignment is, please.
The homework assignment is to take an apple and divide it into 4 parts. Take 2 same mason jars, put half of the apple in one and half of the apple in the other, close them up, store them in the same conditions for 7 days, and get some sticky notes and write vile, mean, awful things on one and beautiful, loving, sweet things on the other. And every day pick them up and talk to them with either vile, ugly, mean, awful words or beautiful, sweet, loving words, and come back in a week.
Yes, everybody got it. Take pictures before and after. And shift your vibration so that, you know, you can go from ugliness to sweetness. Okay?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
The other homework is to consciously apply Those first two laws, universal laws daily. Okay. Send me an email address via Facebook to receive your free ebook. We'll meet in 1 week, everybody. You're good with 1 week. I am so grateful for all of you for showing up. You have no idea. I really want to express true gratitude because Oshun cries easily. I get water in my eyes easily, but I am right now so filled with gratitude because this is my purpose in life. I have to share. So I sometimes get all cryptic in Facebook and I'm sharing stuff and people don't understand, but it's my calling. So I'm so grateful that you guys took time from your day. I pray that I gave you a gem or two to shift your life so you can know how powerful of a creator you are. So I'm expressing gratitude to you all because you really have no idea how much this means to me. So I'm grateful. And I want all of you to complete your homework, study those universal laws. And then when we come back, we'll do more universal laws, experimental exercises. We'll plan for an hour and a half so we can get a meditation out the way. I'm just giving you a few recommended resources: The Power of Your Subconscious Mind, Master Key System, The Four Agreements, and of course, a plug for my book, Forgiveness is Bliss. You don't want to get it off of Amazon because it stopped publishing, and I went to Amazon and they're selling it for $900, but I got it for $50. Also, if you feel compelled to make a donation, my Baba is looking to get the roof done on our beautiful mountain retreat, Elate in Puerto Rico. He'll be doing the Groupon, so I would love for all of you to make an offering to him on my behalf when that goes up. But
thank you, Iya. That's a beautiful offering.
Yay, yay. In the meantime, y'all, I can't see y'all. Does anybody dance with me? So I love y'all, and I will see you next week. Don't forget to send me your email address so I can give you the free ebook. You'll have your exercise, your homework done. So any questions before we end?
This was great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Is A Course of Miracles a book?
A Course in Miracles is a very thick book.
Okay.
But, we can talk about that offline, or I can bring it to the next class and tell you a little bit about it. There are 365 lessons that you're supposed to do in a year. It took me 2 years to do them, but they were some of the most transforming things that it absolutely transformed my life. Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. So I grant you all, I bless you all with peace, joy, love, abundance, long life, prosperity, juiciness.
And same
I
to you.
bless you with the river of the waters, fresh waters of life. And I do that by the authority of Oshun, who lives inside of me. Love you all.
All right. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
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 Double.
Double. That's it.